Cool. Real, real neat.
Well, that was a whole process,
A process indeed.
but it's done now. We're here.
Yeah. Hey,
know.
you know what, dude? Cheers to you.
Oh, cheers to me.
Yeah.
Cheers to you.
Hey, man. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Welcome, welcome to mi casa. Looks pretty plain. I walked into your mom's house, and I gotta say, it was so warm. Just the tones, the colors,
Inviting, even.
yeah. And I thought to myself, I gotta buy more stuff. She's got so much stuff, and it's not an overwhelming amount of stuff. It's a good amount of space
Right.
for that much stuff. My parents' house is not that way at all.
What kind of situation?
They got more stuff, and it's a smaller space. And let me tell you, it's not the same kind of stuff either. It's, there's some letters, some books,
Right.
journals. I don't know, a lot of nonsense,
Yeah.
but not the nice kind of nonsense. Like I don't know, real plants and little figurines nicely displayed on shelves.
Are things dusty? Is it a little dusty?
I'm sure my parents' place is a little dusty.
No offense.
Love you, Ma.
We love you. For those that don't know who the hell we are,
Oh, they'll know.
yeah,
If you don't know, you know now. You'll know soon
Mhm.
enough. Fair enough.
no, but my name is Vince, aka Savage.
Mm-hmm.
This is Jesse,
That's it.
aka the Marrow Man, aka Goat. Really, one of the greatest.
I wouldn't agree with that one bit.
One of the greatest people that I know.
Oh,
Anyway,
well,
what
that's
I'm
nice
saying.
of you.
Yeah, man, you're
That's
a goat.
very great.
Yeah. Listen,
a
neither
great
one
person.
of us, neither one of us are greatness.
Not great
Let's-
at anything. That's for certain.
Well,
Yeah.
you're great at being a friend.
Oh,
Huh?
thanks, man.
Hey.
You know.
So this is your new spot.
Yeah.
Previously, you were living where?
In a van down by the river.
You son of a bitch.
I was living in that RV down on your family's property.
Yeah.
Down in North Carolina.
Yeah. I believe we were in Murphy,
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina.
Yeah, beautiful spot. Thanks very much. Appreciate
Yes.
it.
On Amy Uncle Troy. I hope that,
That was,
our stay there
beautiful.
wasn't too troublesome.
I felt burdened. I
Dude,
felt
this
like a
motherfucker-
burden. I was like, this is too beautiful of a home.
He's
I'm like right
I'm
in plain
staying-
view. I got an ugly RV.
I'm staying right in my camper
Oh,
for
man.
4 or 5 days straight. Fuck this shit.
Well, I mean, it was
No, you
cold.
were in pain though, man.
Yeah, I hurt myself
Jesse went
throwing
through a.
heaving logs when we were
Was
doing
that it, or was it your bed situation? Because
I'm gonna go ahead and say it was that. Yeah.
yeah, more
Too much twisting and pushing, and
okay.
not enough not enough stretching. We were just talking outside about breathing,
Yes, we were.
taking deeper
Deep
breaths,
breaths.
because oftentimes our lungs are on empty, and
Couple
you
deep
know
breaths.
the greats they do breath control.
They do.
Yeah, it's something that they're thinking of in the background the whole time, focusing on their breath. Whether you're a boxer or a fighter or something like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
in honor of those who came before us to show us the ways, we should do
We
that.
should breathe.
And we should breathe
We appreciate
bigger
that.
breaths.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to learn from the mistakes of others.
That's a big thing because there's too many people that don't pay attention anymore, and it's because of the failures of the teachers.
That's what you think it is? The teachers?
Well, I mean, if you're an adult and you're around a child, you're teaching that child because the child's paying attention to everything
Sure.
you do.
It takes a village.
It takes a village, man.
And they're just one of many. Well, that's the thing. Like, it takes a village, right? So it's not just the teachers. The teachers play a part in it, sure.
But I'm just saying, like, every human that is an adult or older than the child does play a role in shaping what that child becomes.
And you got to imagine too many times, well, maybe not too many, but just too often, these people are focused on a certain thing, and maybe that thing's not a part of their life. You know, maybe that teacher, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they don't know breath control themselves. They don't do it. They don't use it. You know, sleeping techniques, things like that.
I tell you when the breath gets hot and heavy.
Would you
when you're cleaning windows?
Would you have supported, say, yoga back when we were in school, right?
I mean, I'm with the whole thought process of training our youth with a little martial arts.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Yeah,
we're both supporters of
Sorry about learning how to at least defend yourself.
Yeah, I think
physically,
for sure.
You know, a physical defense course. You know, not an attack course, a defense course.
No,
disarm, disarm, dispose. I don't know. Let's make up an acronym.
I watch a lot of, I was watching for at least a year. I was watching a bunch of like kung fu movies, you know. And if you start getting
What's your
to
favorite
like
kung fu movie,
I couldn't tell you any titles, but
Enter the Fist, Kung Pao.
What was that? The one that was basically following. There was like a story. I think it was on Netflix that was following the story of Bruce Lee's master.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty interesting story. But a lot of that was basically like his whole thing, mostly just defending, right? Like they never attacked. That was their thing.
Yeah.
And I would support that in schools 100%.
Not Ninja Turtle style.
Were the Ninja Turtles on the hunt?
I kind of think so.
Right?
I think they were looking for trouble. You know what I mean? And they just kept happening.
You think, I don't know, I feel like Shredder kept coming at him.
Like we just want to be left alone,
dude,
bro.
We're eating pizza.
Living in the sewer.
Dude.
What are you?
We're gutter trash. For God's sake, leave us be.
We're just
you got technodromes. You got...
Yeah.
Your motherfucking whole posse's geared up in chrome.
They got all that chrome.
Walk
but
around.
Dude, we're in a half shell. Turtle power, dude. You know, that's armor right there.
I don't have armor.
Do you remember those movies though fondly? I do. I loved the first Teenage Mutant Ninja
The first
Turtles.
one I was a big fan of. The second one,
Casey
everything.
Casey
the
Jones in that one is all melodramatic.
Well, the third one was where they went back in time, right? Or was that the second one?
I only remember the first one.
Oh, really?
I remember who's the brain. What was the brain's name in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Was was he in the original?
One. No, he was in the third one.
I didn't think so.
Yeah. Like Dr. Cranium or some weird shit. No, I don't know.
We'd have to watch it again. You know, we'd have to.
Let's turn it on right now. Shit.
You know what? I was just watching the other day. I was watching The Super. You remember this movie from back in the day? Danny DeVito. He plays. He's like the son of a guy who has a bunch of real estate holdings in New York, and he gives his son an apartment building complex.
Yes.
And the thing is just ratty and run down. Well, right away, the whole movie is so flawed. Right away. When he's moving in, right? So dumb.
I'm listening.
He's a rich guy.
He's
a rich guy, and he's got money. He's driving up in a Corvette, right?
Yeah.
Pulls up on the street in a Corvette, and when he decides to move in because he's court ordered to, he just pulls up, parks on the street, grabs a couple of suitcases out of his car, and he just runs up 4 flights of stairs through, water dripping down, and then he goes into his new unit, which is, of course, like the rattiest situation that you could think of, and there's furniture still in it. And I'm thinking, he's got money. He didn't hire movers to come, oh, sure, he's only going to be there for 30 days, but did he expect there to be furniture in it? And
I mean,
dude, moldy, fucking gross furniture. He's sleeping on. There's cockroaches on the floor.
Why would you do that?
Food.
Yeah.
Right. Why would you? Look, I know you were court ordered to stay in the building, but nobody fucking told you had to use the table.
Wasn't he the owner of the building?
Yeah, that's right. He inherited the building.
Yeah, and they were like, because he wasn't repair anything. He kind of started the movie as what would that be, the antagonist?
He's a slumlord for sure.
Yeah, he's the slumlord.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. What's that?
You hear that?
Yeah. What is that? We got bass.
We got like,
I think it's a truck rumbling.
oh damn, we heard it. You heard it here first, folks. Trucks rumbling down the street, loud exhaust. We can see them through this window, blasting by. It's
Christ, you're
wild.
loud. All right.
Sorry. I was going with the whole.
I got you. Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Welcome to the Thunderdome, brother. Anyway, I hope everybody out there is doing well. You know, we're just a couple guys talking shit. I don't know. But no, man. So yeah, we were in North Carolina. You know, back to the original point before we got way sidetracked. Your new domicile. We talked about how we went from the RV in the beautiful mountains, the hills. Yeah. That was a good time. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was great. Once again,
that was a good time, and I think
you, Amy,
everybody
for putting up with us.
Yeah,
really.
And I think everybody from Murphy, Levi, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh man, tell you what, bud, dude, I love it. Jamming out at the Cannon Club. Shout out to the Cannon Club there in Murphy. Yeah. Great place. New Year's Eve, shooting cannons over highways. Who's shooting that? Everybody? Let's do it, dude. Fuck yeah.
They would
Nothing is like shooting out of the cannon, though.
So wild.
But it was pretty fucking sweet. They just opened up their rooftop is open now. I've seen a couple Facebook posts that they finally got that stage up and running and doing well, it looks like.
Good. Good for them.
Yes, sir.
Them and their overpriced beers. No,
that was, I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of fucked up.
I mean, let's be honest. Let's just be honest. You know,
just charge you like what was it?
Well, I mean, look, it's fine. Membership.
We don't
fees,
need to get into it. You know what I mean?
It's fine.
We can. I mean, I'm not afraid.
You know, hey,
I'm not afraid.
That's how you weed out the people you don't want there. Really.
True.
There was rumors of this little Asian restaurant / bar that's down on Arcade Street in Case, right? I don't know the name of it, but it was like a Vietnamese restaurant, right? And you would hear stories of like white people going in there or black people going in there, and they would order a drink, and then an Asian person or whatever they were that was controlling that bar, Laotians, they would order a drink of the same kind, and the price would be like half, right?
Ooh. Well,
and I mean, it was like part of their thing. Like, we don't want you here,
so we're gonna double charge you.
Yeah.
Well, that's discrimination, but that's fine.
You know, should it be allowed?
No, I mean no.
I mean, sure, it shouldn't be allowed, but should it?
No, dude, that was mildly racist, sir.
Well, no, I mean, you know, I know we're not going to get into the debate of safe spaces and stuff like that. You know,
make your own safe space. You know.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you're a gun owner, right? Safe space is a
safe, literally.
No, the first thing you're supposed to, if you have a way to escape, right? That's the first thing you should do before firing your firearm. Yeah,
before killing somebody. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure like in the court of law, when they're really trying to pin it against you, that's going to be their argument. It's like,
that's
no,
why you can't.
He didn't have to shoot that person. He could have escaped.
Well, that's why they have the whole thing like you can't shoot someone in their back. You know? Unless
you're in Florida.
Oh shit. Yeah. Well.
No, I don't know
if that's true. You know. But anyway,
people say Florida's wild.
Yeah, Florida man is a real thing. I mean, I only stepped my little tootsies in this last winter into the Florida man situation.
Yeah.
I was Bama man. We were Bama man.
Oh, Bama man.
Down there, south of Mason-Dixon. Real country, real welcoming and actually warm, inviting people. Nobody's like people think the South is, man. It's like hospitality and slow talking and wild shit. Gator hunting. Hunting is
I've
like
seen
one of the
that-
biggest things
I've
down
seen
there.
that everywhere I've gone across the country, okay? California, same deal. Washington, Oregon, same deal. Here in Wisconsin, Minnesota.
Here we are,
Dude,
Scotty.
you're gonna find nice people,
Yeah, nice people are everywhere.
welcoming people. You're gonna have a good time. You're
But
gonna
I'm
get on some
saying-
four-wheelers.
Well, what I'm saying is like I know we're not trying to get into it, but I'm just saying like every race of human that I've met
Mhm.
down there,
Mhm.
cool shit.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like it's not like people think it is.
It's not like when
You know
go
what
to
it
the hookah
actually? You
shop
know what
up
it
here.
actually is? It's more like the North versus the South actually. We're no,
What do you mean?
not in that way.
just asking,
Not
what
in,
do you mean?
Yes, I'm about to explain it. Not in that way, but
Mhm.
it's like a Yankee mentality is fast paced. Like it's you want your things now, impatient. Don't speak with respect. Really, I guess.
Where the New York kind of
Well, like the North
state of mind.
they
Northeast,
get along
in
more.
particular.
They get along more with people from like Minnesota, Wisconsin. For the most part, more so than like anywhere else. The Midwest more than anywhere else.
Sure,
in the
a lot of
country.
people don't like Yankees, is what you're saying.
Yes, Yankees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So yeah,
I don't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of the country don't like no damn.
and it's not
Yankees.
because of any kind of it's not because of any kind of like belief systems or anything
I
like
bet
that. It's by
it's
like
subliminal.
it's
because
the attitudes. It's the attitudes. Like
Mhm.
you come into a country store, like, oh hey darling, come on in. Like they take care of you.
Sure.
And they show you that hospitality, but more people are like nowadays are like they don't want to have a fucking conversation with you. They just want let me get my baseball.
Sure.
I don't. Yep, cool. I'm
Hey,
glad you've
jackass!
been.
I asked for a beer. Can I get it
can
now
I get a
or
beer?
what?
I don't want a story. I want my
Okay.
fucking drink.
And that kind of brings me back to that, when I'm watching the Super, it's so ridiculously unbelievable, right? His like probation officer comes to visit to
What?
check on his situation.
That's not how that works.
And as she's leaving, he's like trying to hit on her in the street. Come on, baby, why don't you come on up? Stay for the night. And before
What?
that,
This
he-
movie sounds
he
terrible.
had a date. Oh, you don't remember it? So before that, he's got a date come over, and I'm pretty sure she's just a high-end hooker.
Okay.
And he's like, come on up the stairs. And she's like, hesitant, like, oh, no, I don't know if I could fuck with this. Then she gets up to the top. He opens the door. And, the fucking ratty, wet, stained mattress is laying on the floor. There's fucking
Oh hell
dishes.
no.
Yeah.
Wait, so like he still wasn't learning the lesson. He's just like, well, this is where I live now.
Yeah. Saying it's so fucking bonkers.
There's something
ridiculous
wrong
of a
with him,
movie.
dude.
Granted, it's a comedy and we're laughing about it now, right? And maybe that was their intention the full time, but I don't know if it was. Because, like,
Anybody could be somebody.
the next, like, when you watch a Monty Python thing, right? It's like,
Yeah.
it's kind of obvious and out there, but in the next scene, he goes out in the morning after spending the night there,
Yeah.
and his brand new Corvette is stripped of parts. It's got all it is just like this shell and a frame. There's no fenders, no bumper, there's no headlights, no engine, no battery, nothing.
Nothing.
Wheels up on blocks, right? And people on the street are laughing at him, and he's having banter back and forth, and he goes and he's pissed and he's fucking yelling, and he kicks the car, and an alarm goes off. The alarm on a fucking car that has no battery starts going off. Not only that, lights start flashing when the motherfuckers got no bumpers or headlights.
Well, I mean, they could have had a spare marine battery in the trunk as a backup for their auxiliary
Just stop.
auxiliary lights.
It's not what happened.
Their headlights.
No.
Why
No,
can't?
the directors of whatever said, no, we need to make this funny. It needs to look like it's got the alarm still hooked up.
Okay.
But it doesn't make sense.
no, it's
you know?
not the right kind of cheese. Really.
So either they thought,
It's too cheesy.
yes, people are going to see how cheesy this is and they're going to laugh on it.
Or
And
they're
it
gonna
was
be like-
intended.
They'd be like,
Or
this is garbage. This is a garbage film.
Like, you know, when you watch a film with a woman and the woman's just picking out all the logic in it.
But
Like,
can
why,
you say-
why would he do that? Why didn't he just walk out the door? Anyway,
We've all done that, though.
sure.
When we've watched movies, absolutely. That is not. I would say that's an every person thing because
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
you're like, come on, man. Why the
know
fuck would
what
you
I
go out
mean.
the fucking window when you know the killer's right there? Like
Mhm. I will say, like,
he left a note telling you where he was, and you walked right into him.
when you watch a movie the first time, you know, maybe you just want to fully get into it and ignore the nonsense of it
Yeah.
to just, and you will, just because you want to know the story. You
Yeah.
know, you'll play along with the charade.
Yeah.
But the second time you watch it, the third time, like a lot of these movies that I'm watching that are like, oh, I remember watching this when I was 12, and we got this vast library now. We could watch any. I probably watched that movie 13 times when I was a kid because they played it on cable all the time.
Mhm.
But
well, that's the difference. That's why I'm not as familiar because
Hmm.
I've probably only seen that movie one time
sure.
because we didn't have.
I bet you watched
Cable.
that movie that's got the skate what do they call it? The rollerblading kids. You remember that movie?
I would think I was actually in elementary school when that movie
Oh, I
came
thought
out.
you were going to say in that movie. You look like you would have been in that movie.
You know what? You look like you would have been in that movie.
Hey man, I owned rollerblades. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't care what one bad joke says, man. We got around on them motherfucking wheels.
Yeah. No, I had a set, man. I had a pair of rollerblades. I thought they were legitimate as fuck.
Dude, you could throw them in your backpack or throw
Yep.
your shoes in your backpack, roll to wherever you needed to be.
I always wanted to get the actual awesome rollerblades.
The name brand rollerblade.
But you know what?
You got
I
the
didn't-
Kmart version
oh, yeah.
too?
Dude. Big ass plastic fucking boot.
Dude, and the
The
brake
ratchet
on it was
straps,
like,
dude, it was the worst.
they sucked. The wheels on them that was where the difference was. The
Yeah.
wheels, the bearings sucked, and the plastic was like super
So
hard.
bad.
Whereas you got real rollerblades that got a soft rubber, and you could just
You know
roll
what they
over
remind me
pebbles.
of? Like rollerblade, the real ones remind me of like a snowboarding boot, except for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That style. You know?
Allegedly, I lived on the same road as the guy that invented rollerblade.
A what?
Yeah, dude, my
Oh,
stepmother
down
would tell
White
me
Bear?
about this. No, it was in
Okay.
Shoreview on Ryland Lane.
Ryland Lane.
And allegedly,
Mhm.
my stepma, who had owned the house since like the 70s, right?
Yeah.
She said before they came out, he was building his prototypes and she would see him up and down. Because this Ryland Lane, it's like 2-mile stretch, dead end road that goes like winding all the way around this lake. Or at least like 3/4.
So he
around
probably
the lake.
owned like a 3/4 of the lake, dude.
Well, no, there's a lot of houses on it. You know,
Oh.
there's woods in between. Some of the property isn't really like
Mhm.
private. It's probably public, part of the park system. But either way,
Dude who invented
a real
rollerblades
secluded little community.
was he was in the cut
high-end houses
over
man.
off Ryland Lane.
Mm.
Hard to access.
No, you can get there. You can find it. Shit, you can Google Earth.
Google
that
Earth
shit.
it, man. You
Yeah.
know, it's it's fine.
Snail Lake, Snail Lake Boulevard, all that good stuff. Shoreview, Minnesota. Check it out. It's a nice community.
Coming to you,
Yeah.
coming to you live, Shoreview, Minnesota. Check it out. Google that shit.
I don't know if you're
It's
into
a
like.
fly little town.
Do you do this? I do this. Sometimes I take virtual tours on Google Earth. You
Yeah.
know? I just pull up the big screen. I'm like, yeah, let's go to Egypt. You know.
You just so you're living. So you are in the
I walk
metaverse.
this. I basically.
You're
I,
in the metaverse.
I walk the streets in the metaverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got
where the streets
my
have
my
some
G name.
What's-
Capital Crime.
Capital Crime. Check him out. He streams. He podcasts. What game are you on right
Dude,
now?
how
What
weird
game are
would
you
it
on
be?
right now, Capital? Let's hear it.
I'm back to playing prominence poker because who doesn't love Texas Hold'em?
I'm expected like, man, fucking playing Diablo 7 or some weird shit.
let me
Even though
tell ya.
it dates me right there. Diablo? Didn't they have that on like the floppy disk computers?
So Diablo came with my Xbox that I just bought.
Did it?
Came free, Diablo 4.
Diablo 4.
I installed it. I haven't played any of it yet, but what I did just play, Star Wars. They've got two games, The Fallen Order and The Last Jedi or something like that. And I played both of them to their entirety. I played a bunch of games to their entirety in this past couple months because I wanted to get away. I wanted to change it up. I've been playing games on the clouds and stuff like that. But I like a good story game, right? I like a good interactive movie. I really like to be part of it. Not only that, I love puzzles. I like problem solving. You know, it's like you kind of work in the brain at the same time as you're following a story. So, you know, Star Wars is always epic. It's been an epic franchise. You know you're gonna like it because the production that goes into it is always amazing. So you're running around these beautiful worlds, these fantastic creatures, these wonderful animals, and you're slaughtering them. You know, you're killing aliens of all different varieties with your lightsaber, and that's a whole nother thing.
When he walked into that
customize
tavern,
your lightsaber. And you're collecting seeds so that you can bring them to your spaceship and like get your terrarium full of like weird exotic plants and stuff like that. There's a bunch of little side missions because it's a huge. Not only is it an open world game, but there's multiple worlds that you're visiting.
You got an aquarium.
Yeah,
you put some fish in that shit.
And you watch got it grow. Posse, you know, because when you are playing a game like this, you got a crew and you start developing like an attachment, like because there's these emotional moments and
So it's made by Disney, adventure.
So you're gonna choose. No, you're doing the adventure they're telling you to do. You're fulfilling a destiny in this game. You know.
So, but I'm saying so you get choices like kick the chicken or fucking feed the chicken. Like you could be an asshole, or you could be a good guy. What are you gonna do?
No, you're most certainly a
Kinda
Jedi.
Like Fable.
And you're fighting
remember,
the Order. You're basic. You're like you're a Houthi. You know.
Oh, okay.
The Jedi, the rebels.
The rebels.
But
you have a lightsaber and you're a Jedi, though.
You're rebel scum. You're a Jedi.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'll play it.
Yeah.
There was a game I remember playing back at the. This is so dumb. There was a game at Aladdin's Castle, which was an arcade. I was a kid, and it was you would get into like a turret or like I think it was a turret where it had like two barrels and it was all video gamed up.
Oh yeah.
And it was like you were
Dave and Buster's, I think, still has that game.
Do they?
Yeah.
But it was like you were a German soldier defending fucking Normandy
What?
Beach.
Excuse me, sir?
It was so
I don't think Dave and Buster's
dude.
does have that.
No, I bet it wasn't, dude.
Woo!
Yeah, it was pretty.
You got to be a World War II soldier.
Did you not get to be a German soldier in a different game like
Wolfenstein?
Oh, sure, maybe.
No, you're an American soldier in the an Allied soldier.
What was the original? Not Call of Duty, was it?
No,
was it like
you can never play a
Call of
Nazi,
Duty?
dude. What the fuck?
So, do you think when
There's
you get
no
a
game where you get to play a Nazi?
You think when you play Call of Duty
illegal?
in Japan, you get to you're a Japanese?
Oh shit!
Do you think? Why would you be an American soldier if you're playing Call of Duty?
Yeah,
in Japan?
any of those games. Why wouldn't you be part of the army that was?
Here's the thing: if you're in America and you're playing online against somebody in Japan, does it show them as another American soldier on the American screen or like what are the factions? I don't play COD. I don't play first person shooters.
I'm pretty sure because you can customize your avatar. You know what I'm saying? Your guy.
So you're not really any kind of.
No, not when you're playing open world like PvP. You know what I'm saying?
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
No, this is like match based.
Yeah. So that's not. I mean, you can dress as like anything, any kind of special forces. Yeah. It's like when we played Division 2. Like you wear a cowboy hat.
No, you're an American in Division 2.
In Division 2 you are. But I'm saying like because these are American-made games. And I think because, like, as far as Call of Duty and, like World War II and, like, and if they're made in that country and the storyline is created in that country, then I believe whatever country storyline, and it just happens to be that America fucking number one. So, no. Uh, I don't know if that's true. I've been
Apparently,
told that.
I've been told we have superiority. I don't know if it's true.
Well, militarily speaking,
I bet North Koreans think they have fucking superiority.
I bet you they do.
You know,
King John,
bet
what's
they
his name?
believe
Kim,
they're
Kim
fully
John
the strongest.
He's raising an army.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, I'd put money on that actually. I'm gonna put $5 if we go ask a North Korean if
Who
they
has
think
the
that,
best military?
Yeah,
They'll be
yeah.
like, we do.
Yeah.
Ah.
$100.
And they're like, whoa, dude, calm down. See, that's our problem because our military is more like, whoa, dude, calm down, bro.
But you would find Americans that are just the same, right? Like, who's got the best military
We got
in
the
the world?
number
We
one.
got the strongest.
America.
I mean, and look, there's a lot of videos. Maybe it's propaganda. Maybe it's not. There's a lot
I've
of
seen a
videos
lot of
that
Chinese
suggest,
military.
we-
Like, dude, we ain't got what they got.
really?
Not people. Not as
Oh,
far
people-
as like the
numbers-wise?
size of the numbers
Ooh.
of people in their military.
You know-
Actually, the largest military in the
India,
world
isn't
is
it?
India.
Dude,
India
I
is the
found that
largest
out.
one.
I was so surprised. But here's the thing: the difference is there's like a difference between standing or active army,
Yep.
right?
And reserves.
Right,
They
and
have the
so
largest
India has the
reserve.
largest total number of army, but like most of it is reserves
Right.
or something like that.
So really,
Weekend warriors.
we can.
And look,
Hey,
you watch
you know?
the videos of people in India. I don't know, man. It's looking rough out there.
Yeah, I mean, because technically, if you're a reservist, you're supposed to be making your community better. You're supposed to be helping in, like, lifting up your fellow countrymen, right? I feel like they're missing the bar on that, and I think it's because they don't get paid enough.
We want the whole world to be elevated. We
Yeah,
want,
dude.
We want
For real.
everybody. Honestly,
On a whole nother vibe.
like let's all get along. You and I have talked about a one world government. You're against it. I'm for it.
I'm super against it.
But
I mean, I'm not against it in like the sense that like if it were my utopia, you know what I'm saying?
sure, if
But
you
it's
were the
like-
one to control it,
yeah,
it'd be
it's like,
fine,
it'd be
right?
fine, but if
That's
you-
what I'm saying.
No,
Like,
but that's the problem though, is that not every single person is going to agree with what's
With
fucking
what you agree
happening.
with,
right?
either.
Or who's in charge, and if you
Yeah.
can't change the person that's in charge, then what?
somebody thinks you're a fucking idiot.
Right.
Yeah.
And you think they're a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
and if you don't get to have at least some middle ground in your turn to be that person that's in charge, whether you elect somebody or whatever the case may be, that's just not good, man. It's really not. It's not good for your soul because you're meant to be alive. That's like dying. That's like giving up control of your choices. You know what I'm saying? Instead of learning by making mistakes and learning by, it's like the giant swaddling of a society. You know what I'm saying? Yes, no, let the government take care of everything. So all you have to do is sit in your chair and watch TV and eat the food we process through your whatever. You know what I mean? Put everybody in the metaverse. Put everybody an IV in everybody, a VR mask, and
Here's the thing.
headphones.
You're basing
and then
that
you got
on
yourself
the
a utopia.
existing governments that are competing with one another,
That's what I'm
but it
saying, it
might
has
be
to be-
different under a one world government.
Sir, stop yelling at me, sir. I'm talking about. So this is what I'm talking about. Unless it was like, but see, like how cool would it be? Like all those movies that you see where everybody is got a VR mask on and they're just like, surrogates. Remember the movie Surrogates?
I don't think it'll come to that. I mean, look, if you
I'm
want,
just
if you
saying.
want to be that, you can be that. But there's plenty of people that aren't going
The
to. You can
Matrix,
do that right now.
For example.
You can right now have a whole fucking virtual world and have, if you're smart enough, set up income by joining some sort of pyramid scheme.
See, but so what I'm saying is that if it was a one world government, that would be your option. You basically, like a Matrix, you would become a battery.
No, I don't think that's your only option under a one world government.
Yeah, man.
No. That's
what it bears down to in my eyes.
People are going to rebel against that kind of thing as long as they want their freedoms.
Exactly. So that's why there'll never be a one world government, because not everybody's going to agree to get along. Like I just gave a version of listen. I just gave a version of a one world government.
Yeah, the
that-
worst case scenario.
Yeah, you didn't like.
There's a best case scenario also.
Maybe my idea is better than yours. See,
So-
we can never have a one world government.
This is something I like to say a lot, right?
We can debate this all
When we're
night,
gonna,
motherfucker.
I'm
Let's
going
go.
to.
Good.
Something I like to say when we're about to do something sketchy.
What?
What's the best that could happen?
What's the? But
Because too many times, right? You say, "What's the worst that could happen?" You know,
Yeah.
oh, it breaks. We buy it. You know, whatever
Mm-hmm.
it is, we gotta fix it. That's what's the worst that could happen. But no, if you want to stay
well, what's the
positive,
best?
if
What's
you
the
want to,
best?
what is that word that the fucking the woke
Here's
the
here's
Jennies use?
Oh, no.
If you want to manifest,
yeah. You got to manifest this shit.
if you want to manifest it,
So-
you gotta be positive.
Listen, all I'm saying is because people are so different. We're the same, but we're so different. We are not a hive mind.
You don't think a
We are
one world
not-
government could allow room for people's differences?
Then it wouldn't be. But
All right,
it
here's
couldn't
where
be. It could. So basically,
here's where
okay,
I can agree with you.
I will agree with the government of the Federation, Star Trek. That's how you get a one world government because it has to be
Perfect.
somebody gets
Perfect.
elected to be president
I'm
of
glad
the
you-
Earth
now
every
you're
so
seeing
often.
where I'm coming from. There is examples
Yes.
of when it works out in your favor.
Right, but there is also where it works out in the non-favor, as in Star Wars.
And we can fix that.
But hold on, but like that, you ever heard the argument where the Empire actually was the good guys? You ever heard
Yeah, I
it from
have.
their point of view?
Yeah, that's why I was saying the rebel scum.
The rebel scum, dude.
Fucking Jedi.
You ever,
Yeah.
like because everybody
Look,
who
the
I mean,
order
those-
is out there trying to make people's lives fucking non-chaotic, and you're out here fucking shit up.
right. It's like just your life will be better if you just join us. Join us. You'll have free everything.
Look,
Well, no,
we
but the
got-
Federation still
got
does
the
it the
army.
same way. They're like the only difference is between the Federation on Star Trek and the Republic on Star Wars.
Oh shit!
Are you ready for
this
this?
is deep.
Yeah, dude, I'm a nerd about this shit. So listen, the only difference is that the government of the Federation, if you don't want no fucking part of it, fucking okay, fine.
Oh, different planets. Like if you want to be,
If you want to be
Krypton
separate
7,
and you don't want to join the Federation,
yeah.
that's cool. Just but be at peace with us. You know what I mean?
Don't
you know?
fuck with us.
Right.
But here's the thing: do you know, or do we know if the Federation was out trying to rape these motherfuckers' planets for
No,
materials?
because the Federation's
That's right.
mission.
They were out for peace.
Yeah, their mission was scientific discovery. That's why they had the rules when they go to a new planet and they're primitive species. Like, hey, we can't fuck this shit up, you know?
And they always do.
And they always do, saving the day. But no, like, so the difference is that one comes with a pretty libertarian approach, peaceful approach. Like, hey, let's share knowledge and technology and shit. If you want to join us, cool. If you don't. The other one's like, we're coming in and we're going to grape your planet, the whole thing. And if you don't want to join us, we'll destroy your world.
Yeah.
Like that's extreme.
So,
Like nobody needs that. So of course you're gonna have rebels. You know, the only thing that the Star Trek had that was bad was the people that didn't want to join. Typically, were warlike, like fuck you people, either religious zealot type species, or like the Flood in Halo, the Flood. You know. Or not the Flood, but the holy shit. Help me. What were the aliens called in Halo, dude? Anybody.
aliens in Halo.
Yeah,
not the grunts. The fucking
Well, that's
yeah, the
one of
weird-
the type.
The ones with
The Covenant.
Covenant. Thank you.
The Covenant. Yes. That's a badass game. You know what? There's been a lot of controversy over the series.
Did you like the gameplay or the story? Right, it was because
It was the story for
you
me.
were Master Chief
Yes.
for the entirety of
It's
those campaigns.
100% the story for me.
And it's wonderful. I like living those lives vicarious. So that's my argument for look, I'm not saying you want to be plugged in forever, but if you want a good
Just get an
escape,
option.
man.
You know,
You
that
know.
they check in with you, like how Netflix
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
Like, hey,
You've been here for
you've
4
been here
hours.
for 4 hours. You want to take a break, bud?
you should
wanna-
take a break.
Let's go stretch.
Yeah,
Let's go move around a little bit.
Well, I think Sony PlayStation used to be good about that. They were like, you should take a break. Go outside and fucking
Do something.
run.
You piece of shit. You weak human. Get your movement. No, you got to keep moving. We were talking about that outside too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, listen, I'm no spring chicken, you know, but
Mm-hmm.
you just got to keep fucking moving. If you don't,
That's right.
you're going to lose it.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
plan on
Especially-
working till I die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had it the right idea.
Run me into the ground, man.
Yeah, Jesse said
I'm gonna take a few years off. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do what I want while I'm young, between 20 and 40. You know, just live my life however I want.
20
and
let's go 20 and 50 and then
Yeah,
just
yeah.
work your day.
and then from 50,
Cuz
yeah.
you need less and less
Right.
as you get older, you
Because
know.
so many times I see people retire when they're 65, 70 or whatever, and they just lose all ambition. They stop going to work, whatever. Now, the owners of the pizza company I used to work for, I loved their attitude, and I think they're going to be doing it until they're until
In
they're
the dirt,
101, because you get so much community from this. You know, I had
Well,
to
it's
argue
true
at
when
this
you-
point, but
When you open a restaurant type business, a service industry style, you know.
Well, they're kind of like I would say going to work for them is like going to church. You know, like a church
oh
function,
man, you
right?
just get real uplifted.
Like
you
it's
know?
yeah.
Or
They're
you
all
get
having
shamed.
a positive time.
Oh,
They're-
okay.
No,
they weren't they weren't Catholic.
Well, they're there for each other. They're supporting. You know, you and I do this, right? And
Yeah.
you come at me and you're like, "Man, this sucks," and I'm like, "Hey, man, things will get better," or whatever it is. You know, I'm like, "Yeah, that's." I feel you. I've been there. You get that support, right?
Yep.
And a lot of times, that's their communal.
That's just how they approach
Portal.
life,
Yeah.
really.
Mhm.
I bet.
And they're happy to go there, right?
Mhm. Happy
Work
to
is
go to
work,
work.
but at least you get to gab with your girls.
That's why, that's why we're here. You know
Look
what I
at-
mean?
Think of like the barbershop, right? You watch barbershop movies or in real barbershops, like they're having a good time, you know.
Mhm.
Us at the pizza shop,
Yep.
that was a whole cultural thing. Every one of our employees was like a family member that we could have fun with and be open and honest
For a while.
with things about until
Until it
Yeah,
went downhill.
the
Yeah,
addicts.
big time.
I mean, let's be honest. I don't. Do you give addicts? No, all right. Look, at some people.
We love you regardless. Just so
we
you
love
know.
you. We
Seriously,
love you, buddy. We
seriously.
love you. Just why would you? Why would you hire people that just? I guess hey. Some
Because
people
he
want
wants
you
to
want
help
to give
out. He
you
wants
want
to
to give
help
people
out.
a fourth,
And
fifth
that's-
chance. And
Listen, if I didn't have a fourth, fifth chance in my life
Mhm.
from a few people,
sure.
I would be way worse off than I
All
am.
right,
You know,
all
because I was a piece of
Yeah,
shit for a long time.
Yeah, but you don't
So, I mean,
do that where it makes the most sense though. Where
guess
where it's affecting your reputation. You know.
yeah.
Like you do that on some shit like, oh, all right, I got a side job for you. You can help me tear out this carpet,
Yeah.
Not fucking here manage the face of
Manage
my
the face.
company.
Business.
Be the representative of my organization.
Oh, man.
Oh, you're 2 months sober? Perfect.
Hey, you know what? He hired me when I was just getting done, but I was done with actual outpatient, I was done with it,
Sure. Mhm.
So, yeah, like when I went through the treatment or whatever, right? When I went through the outpatient, I went and and this is where, like, with the social service system, like, the welfare system or whatever you may want to call it,
Yeah.
like, dude, like, I needed serious help and I didn't know any other way, and I was doing it all on my own, and I needed a support system that I knew I obviously had one, but it was so torn and so broken, you know what I mean? Like, I was too ashamed, to whatever.
Yeah.
So you need help, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why
Asking
social
for help is
services
hard.
is there.
Yeah.
And so you go through the process, and like I stayed, jobless like through that whole time because I was, living with someone that I met that became a good friend. You met her. Yep. That's when I met you, man.
Yeah.
That's a wild time in life. But so my whole point is that once I started working at Eastside Pizzeria, I got off of those benefits because I was done with treatment and I felt like I was in a good space for the next, like you don't got to stay on that shit. You know what I mean? I mean, if you got kids and no other support, I mean, yeah, but that's different too, because you can always achieve as long as you're like my whole philosophy, like the whole positive vibe thing. Moving forward movement.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It can be
like
solved. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Right.
Don't stress it now.
Don't stress it.
Look,
it is what
part
it
of
is.
The reason
for
why
now.
I had so many problems in my last relationship, just like, quit stressing over this right now. We're gonna have a resolution. Well, why wouldn't you just plan for it so that it doesn't happen? No, because it's most likely not going to happen. And if it does, we'll fix it then.
You can't continue. I just saw this today. You can't continue to focus on your problems or worry about, things that could happen or whatever, because when you focus on those things, then those things actually
are more likely to happen. That's the manifest.
Right, and it is true.
Right.
I mean, I've been listening to a lot of Howard Johnson and a lot of Billy Carson.
I go
and
back and forth
tell
on
you,
this
dude.
because honestly, you do. There are certain things you have to prepare for. For instance, I was just talking to somebody about their brakes, right?
Yeah.
So this is a funny story. You'll like this. Once upon a time, I worked for O'Reilly Auto Parts, right?
O'Reilly Auto Parts. You didn't finish the.
No,
you just fucking threw it out there and then let me fucking catch it and just like run away. You son of a bitch.
So,
jeez.
I still have the shirts.
Yeah.
Okay. And
let me get one.
No, I need them because I use them when I work on vehicles, right?
Okay.
And
it wouldn't fit me anyway. It's fine.
And
dude, I keep hitting this fucking thing.
Stop it. Control yourself.
Boom. What's?
There we go. So I'm wearing my O'Reilly shirt and I'm working on this van. I'm replacing all the
down by the river
spark plugs and wires. 30-year-old vehicle out here, and it's got 70,000 miles, and I'm giving it the tune-up of a lifetime. But point is, I'm wearing my O'Reilly shirt. What? I feel good about it. I'm proud about what I did.
I'm good. I'm glad.
Maintaining
just the way you
old
said it
things.
was.
I want to go farther. I'm just going. Man and machine here today.
Melting as
we're going to overcome. So, because
I think you just came.
My Uncle Junior always used to say, Jesse, hey, look here. There ain't no piece of metal that's going to outsmart me. And so I carry that mentality with me. Like, look, it's nuts and bolts, all right, and components. And they all go together, and they all come apart. So
figure it out.
It's a puzzle.
Yeah.
Engines are a puzzle. And I like I said,
listen, my brain is not like yours, dude. You see,
IKEA furniture, I'll fuck that shit up.
Dude, I'm terrible. I'll tell you what, I'll cut a tree down and I'll fashion you a shelving unit.
Dude, you give me instructions on how to build a motherfucking Model T.
Oh, God.
I get into it. I'm
Ladies,
you'll see
he is single. He is single. He'll build you an erector set like you'll never forget. Watch out.
Back to the story. I'm wearing O'Reilly's shirt, and I head to the store, to O'Reilly's, to get some parts for the car, and pull in the parking lot there. And as I'm stepping out, smoking a ciggy, looking cool, trying to be a rebel, which gave me the idea. I'm going to start like bringing weed and rolling up joints and just wearing the O'Reilly shirt. And I recommend people do this. You get a Target employee shirt. You get a Best Buy employee shirt. Get yourself an employee shirt when you're not. And just go fucking smoke weed outside. Like what?
Yeah.
Anyway, standing out there, this car pulls up. This Volkswagen van pulls up. Cool guy pops out. He's like, hey, do you work here? Yo, yeah, of course you work here. Look at you wearing the shirt and everything. Hey, Jesse, hey, can you listen to my brakes for me? I think they're grinding. And he's like, he looks like he just moved here from Portland, Oregon. He's
Okay.
50 years old. He's got the white hair with the ponytail and the glasses.
Real
and
hippie professor vibe. Yeah.
Real nice, tight plaid shirt.
Argyle? Was it Argyle?
Maybe.
Could have been.
Plaid. It's
That's that diamond
square
shape.
No, it was square patterns.
Oh,
Yeah,
full
it was
square?
vertical and horizontal,
A plaid shirt.
90-degree angles.
Was it forestry style or was it like fashion plaid?
I would say a light gray with a red and blue stripe. Thin pinstripes.
Okay.
You understand.
Yeah, real.
Maybe orange or black. They blended.
Like real granola.
Yeah. So I like Volkswagens. I've had Volkswagens, and he starts asking me about the brakes. I listen to the brakes, and he's most certainly grinding on one side, metal on metal, and I stood out there talking to him for about 30 minutes, breaking down like what he might have to do. He had a good understanding. He's changed brake pads before,
Right.
but I let him know like all of these things you might run into along the way. It could be as simple as just doing this and calling it a day, but most certainly you're going to need pads, because you gotta think there's a set screw and bolts are different. You know what? I'm not going to go into the whole thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, I could tell it was fine.
Listen, I'm very happy you're passionate about this,
yeah.
and I'm listening to you tell me.
No, it was a great time,
Yeah,
and we're having this communal moment where we're
Yeah.
sharing knowledge. Like,
Mhm.
I don't work there. I don't fucking have anything to gain. You're not wasting my time, okay? Because I'm sharing knowledge with you. I've got
You're
other things to
volunteering.
do. I'm
You're
volunteering my
volunteering your time.
I could have just as easily been Danny DeVito and been like, "Hey, buddy, I'm wearing the shirt, but I ain't guy. So fuck off."
Yeah, I ain't guy. Get out of here.
But I like that. I feel good about sharing my expertise in this jack of all trades kind of situation, master of none. That we are.
Yes.
Are you a master of any?
Bashan, no. I mean, no. But I'm pretty good at a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
would say the same. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm no pro.
Look at old Volkswagen,
Oh, slug bug, dude.
old Cabrio.
Slug
What? What?
bug.
What?
No, you don't know slug bug?
Yeah,
Violence? No, you don't box?
Well,
What?
One of us is going to defend the punch, the other one's going to receive it.
No, man. It's like fucking slug bug.
See?
Anyway,
Yeah.
thanks for pointing that out. Nuts and bolts, ancestors, and anchovies. We're talking about the connection between people, basically, and being able to like be appreciative and have gratitude for the ways, like the things, even if the lessons were fucking horrible. And let me tell you, I know Jesse. I know pretty much everybody who hears this has had some horrible lessons that they've had to learn, whether it be self-inflicted or done to you. It's still a fucking lesson.
Don't
you know what
make
I'm
me
saying?
mad, Austin.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Like me.
I'll tell you some motherfucking.
Where's Rachel?
Dude, I've been upset. Let me tell
Batman,
you.
dude. But no. So anyway, so basically, what we're trying to say is like, move forward.
Yeah, it's
You
done.
know, forward progress.
Was
Be
one
grateful
of my
for the
favorite
lesson.
things.
Eventually, it will happen. You'll be grateful for the lesson.
Red Dead Redemption 2, one of my favorite things. My fucking Arthur Morgan would say. Well, it's done now.
Arthur. What? How does it sound?
God damn it, Dutch. Oh,
God damn it, Dutch.
Arthur,
Well,
I need you to come to the camp.
there ain't no changing it now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is what it is. That's how you actually know when someone has the vibe. It is what it is. As soon as somebody says that about their situation,
I want to talk about
You
this
kn-
situation that happened today, man.
Whoa,
So, speaking of that, right? Like, you know your people because they're about the same things as you, basically, right? And I recognized something today, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if this is my people. And it was a situation where there were some screws that were loose, right? In the vent that was on the stairs. And when I was stepping down the stairs, and you can see these stairs, you know, they're only like 6 inches wide.
They're right here.
Yeah, you can't see them, can you? No. Anyway, I wear a size 12, right?
Yeah.
It's not, I would say that's average. Point is, I stepped down the stairs, and there's a screw that's got a beveled head going into a spot, and it's a flat plate, and so it's sticking out. This fucking screw is sticking out.
As a matter of fact, we have
if it's an
video.
eighth of an inch,
We got a video
point
proof.
is, listen.
No, we gotta show. We gotta show the people. You know, point is, this is what we're talking about right here.
Sir. It's fucking.
We got a little screw action. Whoa.
Yeah, you can see that right there.
That right there. Yeah.
Sticking out. Not great.
No, not great.
So when I stepped down on the stair this morning, I'm stumbling down the stairs to go get my coffee because, you know, there's 2 stairs to get to the kitchen. That's fine. I like it. It looks cool. Point is, I slit my foot open. And the first thing I do, right, I sent you that photo. I was like, how do you like this? And you were like, dude, this is kind of fucked up. And then I also sent the message to the person who probably did it, right? And I was like, hey, I don't know who did this, but you should see this because I just got hurt, right?
Yeah.
And he responded to me, oh, that was the painters. The painters put that on. And I'm like, all right, well, you know, let them know next time I see them. Fucking, it's fucked up, you know? Don't do that shit. And then